morning. See Demetrius Harris here. And Mr. Franklin, are you here for Mr. Harris?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Demetrius Lynn Harris, file number 20-000930M. Council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing. I will be practicing under the Michigan Court Rule 8.120 and under the supervision of Assistant City Attorney Amanda Loyal.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joshua Franklin here on behalf of my client, Mr. Harris, who's present over Zoom.
Thank you. And today is the date that was set for sentencing. I have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. Did you get a copy of that, Mr. Franklin?
I did, Your Honor. I've reviewed it with my client, and at this time, there are no additions, deletions, or corrections.
This was a matter, I believe, that was originally before Judge Alderson. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, I was trying to understand why it was prepared in September, but it looks like you failed to appear for the original sentencing date.
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you want to address the court with allocution?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. The pre-sentence report recommends 30 hours community service, a term of probation, HIDA, fees, fines, other things of that nature. And given the charge and circumstances, I would ask the court to accept that recommendation. What we have here is a young man, and if we look at the events listed in the pre-sentence report, it's someone who is in the Army and the reserves, someone who has firearm training, someone who thought they were discharging a firearm in a safe manner. But I think as time will show, I think my client's going to realize that there are fire ranges and different shooting locales that are a little bit more safe than inside city limits. And I don't think that's a fault of his training in the Army. I think that's more of being a younger person and it's part of growing up. Usually takes a little bit of life experience for us to realize what is really safe and what is really dangerous. And firearms are definitely dangerous, absolutely can be. And I think this is something that he's going to need time to think about. And I think probation, the term of probation is going to give him that time to think about it. Also, the experience he's going to get as he continues with his profession will also give him more experience. So with all that, I would just ask the court to accept that recommendation, give him that time, give him that community service to think about the situation and how to do it differently. There's a situation where no one was hurt. There was no property damage, nothing like that. It just was not the best decision for a place to discharge a firearm, Your Honor.
Okay, did your client want to make a statement on his own?
Mr. Harris, did you want to say anything to the court?
I didn't have anything else to say. You pretty much covered everything, for the most part. So, Your Honor, I didn't have anything else to say.
Address the way that it's being characterized. It doesn't matter that no one was hurt. It was irresponsible. They're discharging a firearm in a public place is irresponsible, and someone who has the training that Mr. Harris has should know better. They should know a lot better about gun safety. This has nothing to do with age because he's old enough to serve the country. So that means he's old enough to have responsibility on how to handle a weapon in a public place. And thankfully, no one was hurt. And thankfully, there was no property damage as a result. So, I mean, the court does have a concern about those things. It's not just a bad decision, it's a criminal action that he undertook. And that's how it's gonna need to be characterized. Because if he doesn't recognize that his actions was criminal and irresponsible, I don't see how he's gonna have a meaningful time on probation and learn from his mistakes if we're just characterizing it as, you know, just a simple bad decision. This could have been detrimental to him and to someone else. Is he taking care of these other warrants?
I believe so, Your Honor.
He's not a warrant setter. Okay, thank you. All right, the court has had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report, the recommendation, as well as the defendant's prior criminal history. I think there was a sentence without an objection to HYTA status. Is that accurate? Is that accurate, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm going to adopt the recommendation of probation and sentence the defendant to a term of 6 months of probation. While on probation, there is a $30 per month oversight fee that you're responsible for, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will grant the HYTA status. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior while on probation. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or any controlled substance that you do not have a valid prescription for. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're going to be required to submit to random PBTs and/or your analysis testing. You're responsible for the fee associated with that. You're not to be at any bars or nightclubs. I'm going to order that you maintain your employment. And I'm going to say this just because I reviewed the file and you had 5 or 6 failure to appears on here. That's not consistency that we want to see on probation. You're being granted an opportunity. You don't have a right to probation. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you need to be participating actively in this probationary period, which means you're reporting when you're supposed to report, you're dropping when you're supposed to drop. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because if you can't do that, then you'll have to sit in jail. Is that gonna be a problem?
No problem, Your Honor.
As to fines and costs, there's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, $50 state minimum cost. Probation is gonna amount to $180 for 6 months. I'm gonna waive any discretionary fines and costs at this time. And you'll get an opportunity to make monthly payments on the total due for fines and costs, which will be $305 of advice and rights for probation. Oh, it's okay, here is an advice of rights for probation. It states here. Okay, give me just a moment. I'm also gonna order you to attend a gun safety program course. As well as complete 30 hours of community service. I'm not gonna give you 90 days to do that. You're gonna get 60 days. And probation can provide you with a list of where you can do community service, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now I have an advice of rights as to probation. It states here you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation once you have completed half the original term ordered by the judge. You must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You cannot request a hearing for early discharge until all rehabilitative requirements have been completed and there have been no probation violations within the 90 days preceding your request. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to hire or retain an attorney to represent you at a hearing if one is necessary for your request for early termination, but you do not have the right to court-appointed counsel to represent you at any hearing for early termination. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Lastly, if you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, criminal sex crime, human traffic violation, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you are not eligible for early discharge from probation. Do you have any questions about your probationary term, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may make a quick request on behalf of my client, it would be that he be able to be granted by the court permission to possess and use weapons while in service of his employment.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Employed- Yes.
if may I interject, the city opposes to that request.
Okay. What employment are you referencing, sir?
His National Guard service specifically.
Okay, no, well, while he's on probation, he will not be granted the opportunity to do that. But if he's compliant, he'll be getting off in the next 90 days.
Okay, understood, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, you're all set, Mr. Harris, good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Joshua Joseph Richardson. The file number is 21-029420D. Council appearance, please.
Your Honor, Jennifer Capuisi on behalf of Mr. Richardson.
Almolizama Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Today was the date that was set for sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report. Ms. Weezy, did you get a copy of that?
I did, Your Honor, and I had an opportunity to review it by myself and with my client. We have no additions or corrections to that report.
Did you want to make any allocution?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you very much. While my client has had an opportunity to be out on bond, he has made excellent and significant progress towards his alcohol education and treatment. He attends counseling with PATS every Thursday for an hour. He does online AA classes. He's completed the highway safety course and the moral victim impact panel. The recommendation, due to all of his subsequent remedial measures, we think is appropriate, and that he will provide proof of that completion of his outpatient counseling within 90 days. And there would be no other probation in this case, as Mr. Richardson has fully complied on bond and basically has done all of the probationary requirements that I've seen courts give in cases like this on his own. He does wish to address the court, Your Honor, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Mr. Richardson?
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I'm really grateful now that Mr. Major called the police on me in October. Without his intervention and I think my arrest, I wouldn't have seen clearly the devastating effects of my trajectory on my negative choices to drink and drive. I'm certain that the compounding poor choices I was making are changed and continue to change for the better because of this system, because of the VIP classes, the MAD classes, the highway safety, the PATS program, outpatient program, and the Alcoholic Anonymous classes that I've been taking. So I just wanted to thank the prosecuting attorney and Your Honor for all of your time and energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I want to say first, congratulations to you for, taking the steps necessary to address this issue, and recognizing that you had an issue and then doing what you need to do and being proactive about it and not waiting for the court to order you to do those things. That's to be commended, and I wish you well in your steps towards recovery and a life of recovery. Okay, sir?
Thank you so much.
No problem. The recommendation from the probation department is that because you have already taken the steps necessary, or that what would have been ordered for you to do on probation, that a term of probation is not recommended, and they just want for you to, or recommending that you turn in proof of your completion of outpatient counseling within the 90 days, and then pay fines and costs. I'm going to adopt the recommendation of probation. You need to tender within the next 90 days your proof of completion of your outpatient counseling, and then there will be fines and costs assessed. There is a $75 crime victim rights fee that you'll be responsible for. There is a $50 state minimum cost that you are responsible for. There's going to be $411.18 assessed for OWI cost recovery. There's a $115 prosecutor plea recovery plea fee assessed. And I'm going to assess additional fine of $100. A total of $751.18, but you'll be able to make monthly payments on that. Okay, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your number still the number that ends in 4749?
4759.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have any questions today, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Nothing from the city, Your Honor.
That's sir, and again, good luck.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're free to go, Mr. Richardson.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, who's in the jail? Who's in the jail?
Yeah, Patrick Olson.
Thank you. Mr. Keithy, did you need to speak to him?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
I can't see nothing on the screen.
Who's on the iPhone?
Devon?
Black shirt on? Sir, with the black
Yes,
shirt?
yes, I do.
What's your name?
Dalrico Braxton.
Mr. Braxton, do you have an attorney at all?
I do. Her name is
Mrs. Donnelly?
Yes, sir.
yeah, Sarah Donald. Yes, that's correct.
You need to speak to him, Ms. Donnelly?
I have spoken to him before. I haven't discussed with him any offers though, because I haven't received any. He does report that he has his license, so.
You don't have an appearance from your office on this one?
Right.
Ms. O'Boyle, is there an offer for Mr. Braxton? Or do you want me to put you and Ms. Donnelly in a private meeting room?
Yeah, there is an offer to plead for the speed 1 through 5 and dismiss the failed to display ops.
Okay, did you want to talk to your client privately?
Mr. Braxton, did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
We've discussed it before, Your Honor. Are you okay with that, or would you like to talk about it in a breakout?
I'm fine with that.
All right, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
Okay, so the offer was for the city to dismiss failure to display ops, is that what you said?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Dalrico Braxton, file numbers 21L268462 and 4601. Council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alma Lizama Perez appearing on the behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Dalrico Braxton is appearing separately by Zoom.
Today's the date that was set for a pretrial and explanation hearing. It was an offer extended by the city to dismiss the failure to display ops and the defendant to accept responsibility to the speeding 1 to 5 over. Mr. Braxton, did you want to accept responsibility to that civil
Yeah.
infraction?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. And
Oh,
speeding
yeah,
as charged was,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry, is someone from the city attorney's office talking to us?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. The speed was charged as going 40 and a 35 mile per hour. The fine is $130. When can you make payment?
I can come down before the day is over. sometime this afternoon, I say at 1 o'clock, I can stop in and pay that off.
Very good. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
Okay, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, who's on the Galaxy S20? Who's representing Devon Cager?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, you ready to proceed on him?
I am, Your Honor.
On the record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Devon Cager, I have file numbers 21-02934 and 21-02784. Council appearance.
Almost Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Devon Cager, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date and time set for pre-trials on both matters. How are we proceeding on these?
At this time, Your Honor, I have reviewed the evidence I received with Mr. Cager, and we are proceeding with trying to get an offer from the city. So Mr. Cager has an appointment to see about getting a substance abuse assessment tomorrow. So we request 30 days to get a substance abuse assessment.
Okay, I don't know what's going on in the city attorney's office, but we're on the record, so the background noise is coming through.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'll mute myself.
March 14th at what time? At 9 a.m. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
None for defense, thank you.
You're all set, Mr. Cage. We'll see you on March 14th. I am, thank you. Sir, on the Galaxy S20, what is your name?
James Jefferson Jr.
Okay. Is he represented by Mr. Keithley or you, Ms. Donnelly?
I am, Your Honor.
Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus James Ricardo Jefferson Jr., file number 21-032860M, council appearance.
Your Honor, Alma Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant James Jefferson Jr., who is appearing separately by Zoom.
That's the date that was set for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, at this time, I don't have an offer. I don't know if there is going to be an offer, but at this time that I would I'm sorry, Your Honor. Excuse me. I apologize. I didn't get an offer, so I did. I don't know if I think I'm requesting this to be set for a final pretrial.
Do the final pre-trial. February 14th. And a jury trial. Okay, we're gonna set this matter for final pretrial on February 14th at 8:15 in the morning. That'll be via Zoom. The jury trial will be scheduled for March 14th at 8:15. That will be in person. Do you have any questions today, Mr. Jefferson?
No, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set, sir. You're all set, Mr. Jefferson.
Okay,
Thank you. Okay. who
Thank
have with
you.
me, Mr. Newman,
I do, Your Honor.
you need to speak with him, or are you ready?
Mr. Newman, have you had any further word?
No, I have not received anything yet.
All right, we're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Record in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus William Michael Newman. File numbers 21-00630 and 00633, council appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Almala Perez appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, William Newman, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for pretrials on both of these matters. They were reset, I guess, because we were waiting for him to be screened for drug court. So do we have an update?
Your Honor, we are still waiting for that screening. Mr. Newman has sent over the necessary waivers and agreements, but we're just waiting on word of a screening appointment.
Okay, give me 30 days, please. We can do March 14th at 9 a.m. We'll reset this for March 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
No, nothing from me, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today, Mr. Newman.
Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Am I supposed to be here from the jail? Who's in the jail? I don't know if they brought him in yet.